You wanted to talk to me about something before you went on vacation?
Well, first I'd like to check on Carrie's progress.
Well, I think we've made a major breakthrough. I mean, she's finally able to talk about something that's creating a lot of tension in her because she's been holding it all in.
I know how important that can be.
Sara! Justin.
Carrie?
What are you doing up here?
I came looking for you. I have something really important I want to discuss with you.
I see. Well, we can talk in the lounge area for a few minutes before my next patient, but I have to finish something with Justin first.
Okay. Okay, well then I'll just, I'll wait over here, okay?
Carrie, has Ross said when he's coming home?
No, Justin. The last time I spoke to him, he said it would be probably a couple of more days.
Oh, you were saying, Justin.
Look, Sarah, this isn't a very good time for me right now. All I can think about is confronting Jackie in Chicago. Hopefully she'll be more rational than she was before she left. I'll talk to you later.
Gosh, Sarah, it's awfully hard for me to face Justin.
Carrie, I can see how uncomfortable it would be, but after talking all of this over with Dr. McChesney, there's one thing I simply don't understand.
What?
I mean, after knowing now what happened between you and Justin, it's obvious why you would be uncomfortable with him. But what I don't understand is why you were so anxious to see him when you first admitted yourself for observation. I mean, why you insisted on a couple of occasions that I get Justin to visit you in your room in the evaluation unit.
Suddenly you're full of contradictions, Carrie, that I just don't understand.
Come on in, Henry. I just got back from court. I got a message that you called.
Yes, thank you. With Ross away, I had nobody else to talk to, and I had a call this morning from Stephanie Ryan's Mexican lawyers.
Oh, really? Has Sean contacted them about selling his mother's estate?
Well, as you know...
Have a seat.
Thank you. The last time they heard from him was through his Bombay lawyers, and he claimed that he wanted to settle the estate by mail, by power of attorney, without Sean himself coming to Mexico City to claim it.
Yeah, but they also said that they wouldn't settle it without seeing him in person, and they'd contact you when he showed up.
Well, exactly, and that was my one hope of being able to find Sean and finally explain things to him. But now, Senor Mendoza tells me that they legally have no right to refuse to settle the estate because one of the Bombay attorneys has appeared in Mexico City with all the legal papers and documents.
Well, Henry, I'm afraid he's right, that they're perfectly within their rights of doing that, and there's nothing we can do.
Oh, my. I was hoping you could come up with something, because once Sean gets control over the estate his mother left him, there'll be no way of out-tracing him. Well, Mike, I have to face the facts. Time's running out for me.
Yes, well, I'd like to have the entire matter settled. I have too many loose ends hanging in my life right now, and I can't deal with any more. No, damn it, I'm not being impatient. I'm simply giving you an order, and I expect it to be carried out. Now, I will be in our Paris office tomorrow. You can reach me there, and if this matter is not settled within 48 hours, some heads are going to roll. Goodbye. Damn fools. Oh, Jennifer, how long have you been standing there?
Oh, I just walked in. I left the envelope and the things for the Madrid office at the desk. They should be picked up by messenger in a minute now.
I am so happy that you're going to fly with me to Paris today.
Just remember, it's just a stopover in Paris on my way home.
I know, but it means that we'll have another day together.
Tell me, who were you talking to just now? I've never heard you so angry. I've never heard you use a tone of voice like that before.
That's because you never heard me in some of my more personal conversations with Vanessa before.
Oh, really? Well, I'm glad I haven't, if that was any sample. You know, one of the things that I love about you is your gentleness.
Well, I hope what you heard didn't disillusion you in any way.
You, still haven't told me who you were talking to.
Well, I was talking to the head of the Zurich office. I left some important instructions for him to be carried out, and I just discovered that he didn't do it. Now, I don't want to waste any more time, any more of our precious time talking about business or Spaulding Enterprises. I intend to make the next few hours count for both of us, so that we'll always have them to hold on to and cherish.
now, the award-winning Guiding Light.
If you don't let me go, we're not going to get any lunch.
I have to ask you one more question. Since things are going to get very hectic now, what with the new house and my office, how would you feel if we took Alan Michael on a little trip and showed him our island? Well, what's the matter? That wasn't supposed to make you sad. That was supposed to make you happy.
Oh, honey, it's not making me sad. It's just, I would really love to show Alan Mike our island. But more than that, I'd really love to go back to the place where we first fell in love.
I'll ask Amanda if we can borrow the company jet.
Oh, no, Alan, please, I'd really rather not ask Amanda any favors now.
They aren't really favors. I mean, she's asked me to advise her whenever she feels she needs the help. And I think she wants to make up for all of that unpleasantness that happened when I confessed my involvement with Roger Thorp.
What's the matter?
Nothing. Now, I want you to go into Emily and tell her that we're ready for lunch, and I'm going to make one quick phone call.
Okay.
Angie, it's Alan Spaulding. Is Mike free now? I see. No, don't interrupt him, but will you have him call me back when he's free? I'm at home. Thank you.
The only thing that Alan could remember that Goff said that struck him strange in retrospect was that Goff had said it was a good thing that Alan wasn't in that cabin with him, quotation marks, because he wouldn't have lasted 10 minutes because he, whoever it was, hated Alan even more than Goff did.
I sure wasn't referring to Wayne Jennings then, was he? I mean, he felt only guilt, not hate.
Yeah, well, that's what Alan and I said.
Still, it might be something to give the Bureau so they'll let me continue on this investigation.
Why? They've been pressuring you?
You might say that. I talked to them last week. They said if I didn't come up with something concrete by the end of this week, I was off on another assignment.
Really? Well, that's too bad. On a sort of a selfish reason, but I'd kind of miss having you around. I'm growing accustomed to the way you think like a...
Like a man?
Well, yeah, I guess I was going to say that, but I thought better of it.
Good. That possibly is one of the most insultingly chauvinistic things a man can say to a woman.
Well, I didn't mean it as a put-down.
Oh, good. That makes it even more insulting.
You know, it is possible that maybe you're just a little sensitive about that. I mean, you are in a business that's usually associated with a man.
Stop right there. Mike, I think you better not go any further before we get into this a little too deeply. Is there anything that happened at Alan's that you think I should know about?
No, not that I can think of.
Well, was there anything uncomfortable about having Amanda and Henry in the house?
Well, Amanda felt a little strange at first, I think, but You don't think that Amanda or Henry had anything to do with Goff, do you?
I suspect anyone that has a reason to resent Alan, and both of them do.
What about those marked bills? Have any of them shown up yet?
No, you'll be the first to hear when I find anything out. I guess I should let you get back to work now. Oh, before I forget, I asked Alan to go over all the details of the time he spent with Goff. I'd like you to do the same with the struggle you had with Goff in the cable car.
Well, I doubt if I'm going to come up with anything because I was fighting for my life up there. We didn't have time for a conversation. You know?
Yes, I understand that, Mike. Still, at this point, we've got to go on.
Just a second. Let me get that. Yes, Angie? Oh, wait just a second. Would you, Alan had called. Would you dial him back, please? Maybe he has something to say. Yeah. Okay, good. Thank you. Yes, Alan, what is it?
I don't want to hope to hear this. Actually, I feel a bit ridiculous for even bringing it up.
Yeah, well, what is it? Ivy Pierce and I were just talking about how important it was to try to recall anything that happened with Goff that could mean that somebody else was involved.
Well, I'm afraid I'm really grasping at straws with this one. But when I talked to Hope earlier, a thought struck me. There's a name I didn't put on that list of people who had reason to hate me. He's dead now, but he was also the man who hated me more than anyone I've ever known, and he swore that he'd even the score with me if it was the last thing he ever did.
Who are you talking about?
Roger Thorp.
Sarah, look, I know this is holding you up, but it's really, really important to me.
Carrie, I know that you've been very anxious for the last few days to get out of here. I just wish that you'd give Dr. McChesney and me a little more time to work with you.
Sarah, I'd be perfectly willing to come into private sessions whenever you want, but I just feel so much better. Telling you about what happened with Justin, well, it was like a great weight got lifted off my mind, and that was why I called him after I admitted myself. I just felt a desperate need to talk about it to somebody, and he was the only one I dared talk about it with.
What was Justin's reaction?
Sarah, he was really resentful, and he said that I encouraged him, and he got very, very angry, and then he accused me of being over-emotional.
Well, Justin mentioned that visit. Could you tell me what he said specifically?
He said that if I ever mentioned it to Ross, that he would tell Ross that I initiated it, that I was the one who came into his bedroom instead of the other way around.
All right, now, Carrie, this may be at the root of your blackouts, but I think you owe it to yourself to stay here a few more days we can find out if this is really at the root of your problem.
Sarah, a few more days would be too late.
What do you mean?
I want to be home today when Ross gets home.
Well, now, wait a minute. When Justin asked you earlier if you knew when Ross was coming home, you said you didn't know, that you thought it would be a few more days.
Lurie, Leslie Ann.
Hello, Mr. Reardon.
Hi. Why don't we say that for class, huh?
Why don't we? I'm surprised to see you here.
Yeah, well, after I called you, I was going to take a ride and catch a little fresh air, but all of a sudden I found myself out in the parking lot. I realized I didn't want any fresh air. I wanted to come and have you have coffee with me.
Oh, I'd love to. I just got off a break. I couldn't have another one for about an hour at least.
Well, I tell you, my timing's been rotten all day long.
What did you and Vanessa decide about the party after Josh and I left? Is it going to be tonight?
No, we're gonna have it some other time.
Oh, Tony, if you...
No, it's my night off.
How long did Floyd stay and talk to Nola after I left?
Not too long. He played with the baby for a while, then he got dressed and came to work, so. Well, since I get no takers on my coffee offer, I think I'm gonna head up to Laurel Falls and catch a little sunshine.
Oh, I certainly wish I could join you.
Yeah, I'd like that. See you both in class?
Bye-bye.
Sarah, I'm sure you understand. I was terrified that if Justin knew Ross was coming home today, that he'd follow through with his threat.
Carrie, I'm sorry, but what you're telling me just isn't the Justin that I know.
Sarah, you know I wouldn't lie to you about something like this.
I'm not accusing you of lying. It's just that it's so hard to believe that Justin... Carrie, listen, I'm sorry. I've got to go to my patient is waiting for me. I'm going to talk to you later.
All right, just as long as you know how much I want to get out of here and be home for Ross, waiting for him.
Carrie, I understand, but please don't leave until we have a chance to talk some more, and I'm going to bring Dr. McChesney with me.
She doesn't believe me. I hate her guts, and that quack McChesney, too. I have got to get out of here before they just happen to stumble on the truth and lock me away.